Yodi ho ho ho, what's going on everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I have got a little bit of a front living room treat for you. This is the 2026 Montana 3761 FL, and they made a couple little decor changes that I think you guys are gonna like. So I'm really curious to see what you think. So if you don't mind, drop some comments. This is the first 26 Keystone product that I have had the privilege of recording, but I'm sure I'll get a ton of them knocked out here as time moves on. And their new logo, baby, has been unveiled. You might have seen it about 2 months ago, but I think when it first came out, I was a little skeptical, but it looks really nice on the unit. But I think it would be kind of cool if they lowered it and made it an LED light, which I think would be interesting. What do you guys think about that? Basic weight on this is just under 15,000 pounds dry, and it can hold just under 3,000 pounds worth of stuff. So it is big, but it's not something that you're going to need a dually to tow around or anything like that. 6-point hydraulic auto leveling. You got solar up on top, 3 ACs on this one, frameless windows, and then of course basically starting from here over is going to be all awning. So I think you guys are going to really like it. Now all the other specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description, along with a link for Funtown RV. So today I am in the great state of Indiana at their PDI facility, where they go through and just do a good little once over on them, make sure everything's on the up and up before they go over to their dealerships. And so that way you can walk through them, or look and see if you want to buy it, and that, make sure they're all in good working order there for you. But again, it's the 2026 Montana 3761 FL. If you guys don't mind, I'm making the rush to get 100,000 subscribers. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm quite a ways away. So if this is your first time viewing, if you don't mind, hit that for daily RV content, videos just like this. But I do one video every single day. And if you guys have been watching, I appreciate all the comments and the love. But since this is a front living, I'm going to start up in the front living. But I think the bathroom, I haven't been back there yet because I had somebody help me out turn on all the lights. But I think that looks pretty darn sharp. But what do you guys think about the look? It looks pretty cool. It's not light and bright like a lot of the industry, but it's also not super dark either. The wood tones have kind of both a homey feel, but it's also light enough to still play ball, but not super dark either. So right up here, you're going to notice that big old front window, all the side windows in each one of the slides. There is a TV that's on a televator, which I won't be pulling up today because I am on a battery, but just know that it is there. But these are all going to be Lazy Boy furniture, so really comfortable, kind of plush right there. So it's kind of firm on the bum, softer on the back, just how I like it. And you have sofas that pull out to meet in the middle for a massive sleeping space. Now each slide is going to be of similar size. You are going to have LED lights that run all the way down on the end on either side. But what's nice is the windows do open up. So the side windows open up. The middle one is going to be an emergency exit. So pull, push, and plop. You can get out in a hurry. I also like the fact they put the USB and Universal C right here as well. Now flip it back around. We're back over to that front cap. Like I said, you have a good front viewing window. And when you notice at the beginning of the video, you can't really see in, but clearly you can see out very well. But you have a Dracula shade right here, so stop the old skin from sizzling. It's also got a track that you can run it down if you choose to. So just like that, kind of keeps it in place, so it's not rocking and knocking around. There's the back end of that emblem. I do think it looks really sharp. They did a good job with that. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. I like it a lot. You can tell it's got the soft closed drawers by those fancy looking hinges. And then the JBL speakers right here with zones A, B, and C. So that's going to be inside and outside, so you can rock on both sides. And then, of course, your Innaflame fireplace puts out about 4,800 BTUs of heat. So in an RV this size, you'll be able to heat the majority of this front going back into the kitchen. It's a full profile RV, so your head height on this is going to be pretty darn nice. You got about 6'3" or so right there. And then you also have your lights, or your outlets right there as well, which comes in pretty handy if you want to plug in anything back there. It'd be a good place for some charging. I don't know what else you would do. Maybe like a DVD player, Xbox, something like that. And I think the control for the, let's see here. Yeah, the control for the TV is located right there. We already kind of went over the window, or the slides, I guess, since they're identical. However, they do have kind of the Brinkley-esque inspired shades right there. So the Dracula shades again, and they have that alumifoil on the exterior to help you kind of beat down some of the sun and reflect it away. Right over here is going to be your recliners directly across from the TV. They lay back nice and flat so you can take a snoozer. Again, lazy boy. But you're also going to be the fancy kind. So USBs, different lumbar supports. Lumbar. It's fun to say. Say it with me. Maybe lumbar, 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 lumbar. And then that's kind of cool. You have a little privacy curtain. So if you don't want, if somebody's working or something at the kitchen or having dinner, you can close this up and, you know, have yourself a little bit of privacy. It'd also be great if you had a grandkid or if somebody was sleeping up there. You know, who knows? Some people sleep a little bit differently than other folks. Maybe you got some guests that come in here and sleep naked. Well, there you go. Now you got a shade so you don't have to see their bums. I don't know why I just said that. Right here, you got yourself a little fuse box. And then you have your control panel right here. And they go with the old school manual kind. So I like that. That's my personal preference. All your different tank heaters, which are 12-volt pads, stick onto the bottom of your tanks. And then all your different water heaters, slide-out controls, you know, lights. And, of course, you can check all your tank levels and all that there, too, as well. Now, here in the kitchen, the thing that you notice when you walk in is there's just a lot of room. You know, it just feels kind of homey. You got the LED lights. You got dual opposing slides with the island in the middle. But as a bigger guy, I'm always conscious of the fact the island's in the middle because sometimes you end up hip checking it in general, you know, working on it. But it seems to be the struggle of my life is to lose weight. Things killing me. But you got the accent lighting. But notice how you have enough room to get through really nice and comfortably. Even if you're a little bit bigger than myself, you know, you're going to be fine. A couple of pull-out drawers right there. Again, soft close. You got yourself a little garbage can. And then the fancy TikTok sink where you have cup cleaner, soap dispenser, waterfall, and then you got your high-rise faucet. Hitting those dishes from all angles. Flip it around. Got a little cutting board down there with all your utensils for the fancy sink. And what I really like, too, is they even put an accent lighting right there. I just think it looks really sharp. This would be a great place for, like, you know, your coffee and things like that. The only thing I think they're missing is a place where you can, like, hang some mugs. So I would probably add that in myself. But you got storage that goes all the way across. Central vac system down there on the floor, and then one of the larger 12-volt refrigerators in the game. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 20 cubic footer. Where does it say that? I don't know. I think it's a 20 cubic foot. Don't take my word for it. It's going to be at least an 18er, but I think it's 20. I mean, look at all the freezer space that you get. Even get a little ice maker right there as well. I did forget to show you, too. You got cable and satellite hookups, which is interesting. So I guess if you want to put a TV here or up here, you probably could, along with your controls for your AC. And again, if I didn't say it before, 3 ACs on this one in particular. You also have an ability to put on your gateway, which is going to be like Wi-Fi on the road. But I like how they did this for last year's too, but the white with like the little black outlines, I just think it's sharp. And when you're grabbing it, they just feel like they got some like pull to them. They just feel like sturdy, and it's going to be a real wood. You also have the solid surface countertops, which, babe, if you're watching, I love you. For the oven, you got a 3-top burner to whip up all the fixings, along with enough room maybe for like one of those small fancy Cornish hens, you know, your pizzas, cookies, the works there. And then you get a couple pull-out drawers. So you're going to get 4 of those bad boys. And notice, again, each one was on the soft close. And then, man, look at that. That's fancy looking in there. But that's going to be a convection microwave. So you got everything you need. Snack, vegetable, snack and vegetable mode. Now, too, I know not everyone's a huge fan of it. They're worried about people pooping next to the kitchen. Just don't have your guests do that right there and you'll be all right. But I love that backlit. Look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. That emblem's glowing right there. Show off the old bowling gun, baby. But I love that. That mirror shining up like justice. You know, you are ready to rock. You also got the old Steamer Stink Sucker 3000 to help suck out, you know, the steamer stink from whatever you're doing. Stainless steel undermounted bowl. You could also easily remove the toilet with 2 bolts. It's a porcelain throne, by the way, but you could make this a closet if you would like. Plenty of storage. Plenty of storage. And then you flip it around. You have another slide here. Slide height on this side is going to be a little less than this side over here. It's probably about 6'10". But over here, it's going to be probably about 6'4". So keeping down on weight while still keeping quite a bit of height there for you. But emergency exit, pull, push, and plop. Windows all open up as well. And then you got the table with the no knee knockers on the flush mount floor with an extension that comes out so you can play some euchre, you know, some other card games that aren't as fun. And of course, you know, you can eat a meal. You also have the floating steps there too, heading up into the bedroom. So you got, you know, 1, 2, you're up here. And then you're going to have an east to west king bed, which is nice. Also notice you're going to have flip up countertops on either side. Both sides also feature a couple outlets, windows that open up with reading lights too, which is nice. Your third AC right here, Coleman Mach, by the way, I forgot to mention that, but they have like a house filter you can put on. So if you're someone that's got some bad allergies, it might be a more preferential AC system for you. I also like how you have the overhead cubbies right here as well, but you also have hanging rod and then a place for a washer and dryer. So if you want to, you could have a fully stackable, more residential style of washer and dryer. Another emergency exit here, and then you're going to have the 4 pull-out drawers, as well as a place for, I was going to say a TV, but I guess you have a TV right here. It's also on an angle too, which is nice. So when you're laying back, that'd be a real good angle. I don't know what you would put right there, but I guess you could put like a lamp or something. Unless I'm going blank from talking to myself in the heat. You have a porcelain foot flush throne here, but I love the bathroom. I mean, you got the dual vanities. Not everyone needs them. The bowling gun again, baby. But I personally prefer the dual vanities. Me and my wife, we love ours. We have our own separate space. We have our own separate stuff. Basically, all of her stuff is covering everything, and then she uses mine as well. And it works out really well like that. You also have a place for, what are the things that dry hair and like curl stuff? You got, you got the ability to do that, along with like a hair iron or whatever the heck they're called. Hair dryer. See, I don't use a hair dryer. Maybe I could on a day like today. I could look at that. I could style my hair in the Montana. All right. Keep on rolling, baby. You guys remember Limp Bizkit? I'm gonna have to, I got a 4-hour drive home. Unfortunately, we have a, there you go. Fortunately, we got a funeral to get to tomorrow. We got a kid's birthday yesterday, kid's birthday Thursday. But I think I might listen to some Limp Bizkit on the way home. Hot dog flavored water. One-piece fiberglass shell. I also like the lights there. You got one of the fancy shower heads there too as well. And then we're parked on a little bit of an angle, so these are going to be closing on me. But let me put my foot right here. You got about 6'4" or so right here. Probably about 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'5" right there then. Pretty cool. You also have the teak seat, little steamer stink sucker 3000 there too as well. And it is vented here into the bathroom. But guys, I think that about wraps it up for the inside portion of this tour. Again, 2026 Montana, 3761. Pretty darn slickety-slick floor plan. See if I can get a quick little thumbnail. That looks pretty good. Maybe. Try it from this side. Nah, other side for sure. Oh, that's cool. You got this grab handle coming on the way out. I like that. All right, so all the specifications, length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description. On the exterior here, you do have a 4 Seasons living package. So it's basically going to be added insulation. You also have your solar as well. 200 watts, I believe. But what I like about Montana is like the little things like this. Like, so anytime you see that, it's going to be a little strut system right here, just to help you get the stairs up and down. I mean, I'm tossing that thing around with 2 fingers, and that's pretty nice. Sorry. Wow, I haven't seen that before. Solera Series 5000. I'm going to have to read up on that. I'm assuming it's just a more effective 12-volt awning. But if you guys know anything about that, definitely drop a comment. The frameless windows, which are nice, they're using cable slides up in the front, rack and pinion on the side. You also have the fancy Moride pin box right here as well, so it'll help take out some of the chucking and bucking. So a little bit more of a comfortable ride for you. The molded fiberglass front cap that goes down all the way, and it's also, I believe it is painted as well. But man, it looks sharp. You got the LED lights. And then, like I said, the 6-point hydraulic auto leveling. They look like the Lippert ones that have the lights that shoot down as well, which will be nicer for when you're hooking up at night. Pass-through storage isn't anything too crazy, but it is tall. You could fit a canoe going across there, I would say. And then you got your back end of your road vac right there, your different cable hookups, and then you got some more outlets right here too as well. Like I said before, dual axle. Let's go see what the size of the tires are. ton of storage here in the back. You got your Cooper H-rated tires, so that is nice. 17.5 Cooper H-rated tires. So those are going to be 75 mile per hour rated there for you. Dual awning, in case you forgot. Your JBL speaker exterior here. Another one will be located right there. And then these are all going to be slam latch doors as well with the fancy little clips right there, which I really like those. But I mean, look at this pass-through storage. One, it shows off that aluminum frame construction. But two, you can just pack away a ton of stuff in here, which is really nice. And again, you have a 3,000 pound capacity for that as well. And then you have your 2-inch, excuse me, get some allergies out here. A 2-inch receiver with a bigger opening here, maybe one of those foldable e-bikes or something. 250 pound weight capacity to get on top of your roof, and you are prepped for the rear observation camera there too as well. And then move it around on the side, kind of more of the same. However, all three of these slides on the side are going to be eligible for a slide topper, which is a piece of awning that goes on top of your camper. Really prevents debris from falling on top of your unit, and you know, in general, just makes life a little bit easier for you. You got your dump valve located right here, along with what looks like an outdoor shower. No, it's going to be your different pulls right there. So I like how they're out of the way. You don't have to worry about them breaking or any dinglings coming in and messing up your stuff. So that's pretty nice. 50 amp connection. And then you have the MORryde CRE 3000 series for the suspension. So it'll be just a little smoother for you, you know, when you're driving down the road. Over here, you do have a place to put your old stinky slinky, which is nice. And then you have your docking station. So you got, what the heck is that? Oh, Starlink prepped. Holy smokes, that's cool as can be. Cool. Got your key TV. Bada bing, bada boom. You're ready to rock. Your other propane right there. And then you got classic storage up front with battery trays and all that good stuff. But all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I hope to catch you next time. Again, my name is Hunter. And this is the 2026 Montana 3761 FL. See ya. Meow, 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 meow. Wow.